what's up everybody? Nick here, and we have a really special video today. I've got a guest, Mr. Cameron Haynes. Cam, how are you, man?
Good.
Cam is a world famous bow hunter and an incredible ultra runner. Very accomplished. You run what, about 100 miles a week, you said?
Yep.
On your lunch breaks, and I've had the chance to join him on some of those lunch breaks. 13 miles on any given lunch break?
Yeah, usually.
And yet, after all those miles and all those years of running, he doesn't have a 1 mile personal best.
I don't, yeah.
Today, we're gonna set Cameron Haynes' 1 mile personal best. Here we go, man.
All right.
Let's warm up.
Can't
Woo! Pre-race thoughts as a middle distance runner. Fast but relaxed.
Fast, but
right? It's not the like I'll warm up into it of like a marathon. Yeah. It's like we got to get after it from the gun if we're gonna stay on pace, but we don't want to be like panicked. It's fast but relaxed.
3, 2, 1.
All right, Cam's not the kind of guy to brag about himself, so let me do that for him. With 225,000 subscribers on YouTube and nearly 1 million people following him on Instagram, he's built a huge audience with his keep hammering philosophy. He's a hunter, he's a runner, and it's an honor to be out here on the trail with him. Cam, you were training for the Boston Marathon. I saw you qualify in Eugene last year. What'd you run?
Ran 2:54.
2:54 to get your BQ. Was this gonna be your first Boston?
No, fourth.
Fourth Boston.
Yeah.
But still disappointing to not be able to go out and enjoy that moment with everybody.
Yeah, and my son qualified at that race you watched also, 2:57, and so this is gonna be his first Boston, and we were gonna share that together. We're like big Goodwill Hunting, Mark Wahlberg, like Boston. We were like, maybe should have been born in Boston. So we're gonna go back there and have a good time, and not gonna happen.
I talked to you right before the cancellation, and we both knew it was kind of up in the air. What was it like to get that email, get that notification, be like, it's really not happening?
I mean, it was, the way things were going is so crazy with this Corona stuff, and the NBA, I think, had canceled their season, so it wasn't a huge shock, but it still is pretty disappointing because I've been looking forward to it for so long.
Yeah, and you're 52?
52.
You're 52, I'm 36. I know that my incredible Olympic years are behind me, but I know how hard it was. This had happened in 2008 or 2012, just as I was training for an Olympic cycle. I would have been suicidal. I mean, I would have been so devastated. What do you have to say for the kids out there that may be training for a games or even training for a collegiate season or a high school season who put so much work in over the winter? Now they're not gonna get to realize that season. Yeah,
I mean, it is disappointing, but it's just, you know, the way I look at it is every day is a gift. I mean, we got the sun shining on us right now. We're gonna run. Yeah. It's hard to, sometimes you put things in a big picture and you're like, I'm not gonna make this race or this event or this. I mean, for you, it was the Olympics. I couldn't imagine that. But there's also just appreciation for what we can do, chase new goals, get better, and be ready when that time comes.
Completely. There's been two thoughts that are helping me get through this, because I've canceled a lot of stuff and I'm dealing with a lot of stress and emotional baggage, and there's two things every morning I wake up. Number one, control the things that you can control, because a lot of this shit's not in our control.
Exactly.
And just stressing out about stuff that we can't control, like that's not gonna help us with the stuff that we can control.
You know, sometimes that fear is worse than...
Completely.
I mean, I think maybe I should, if I got this thing, that'd probably be better than worrying about it every day.
Completely.
Yeah.
So control what you can control. And number two, and this is one I learned from my sports psychologist, an attitude of gratitude, which you just touched upon. They canceled everything. They didn't cancel running. No. They didn't cancel life. No. We're still out here. There's always something to be grateful for. I'm grateful for your friendship. I'm grateful for the fact that we're running right now. And I'm grateful for the fact that we just live in this awesome country that is going to get through this.
We are. I mean, one thing about us, we are a resilient species. Yeah. Humans are amazing.
You can't stop us.
And I'm grateful that I get to run with Nick Symmonds. You know, if there is any such thing as a track star, this guy is it. Go back and watch, was it 2012, where you had to like dive through the gap?
12 I actually ran relatively unimpeded. It was 8 where I was like shouldering people out of the way.
Where was that time where you went, like had to
The hockey move, yeah. Yeah, that made my career actually. It was 08, yeah. Okay, and you were there in the stands, right?
Go back and watch Nick Symmonds and the US Olympic trials, 800 meter, he won 2 in a row, 2008, 2012, and you'll see a track star. So I'm thankful to be able to run a mile with Nick. Can you believe it?
certainly one of the things I think I love most about Cameron Hanes and his philosophy is that he's not afraid to try new things. I mean, here's a guy who's an ultra runner. I once watched him run 24 hours straight. That is so far removed from my specialty, which is running for about 1 minute and 44 seconds. And yet he's here on the trail and he's willing to tackle an all-out mile with me. He's not afraid of a challenge. He's not afraid to be uncomfortable. He's not afraid to push his body to the limits. When he said that he was down to run an all-out mile, I just knew we had to find a perfect mile on the trails for this incredibly talented trail runner. Here he is, he's coming down. We were on pace for 5 minutes for the majority of it. Now we've slowed down just a little bit, and I'm telling him, stay strong, Cameron. Keep focused on that form. His form looks so good still, even though I know he's hurting. It's a little bit windy out. The trail's a little uneven, but his form is just allowing him to power through that lactic acid that he's not super used to as it grips his muscles. I tell him, you're only 150 at the finish line, buddy. You've got to kick for that new personal best. And as we approach the line, you'll see I do my textbook lean, and we've done it. With a new personal best of 5 minutes and 18 seconds, Mr. Cameron Hanes. Doesn't it feel good to get a new PB?
Yeah.
That's a great run. That's a really great run. How does it compare to your ultras? Two totally different games, right?
Yeah. If you're not relaxed.
Yeah, you're wasting energy, right?
Yeah,
That's why I kept saying, like, relax, we gotta stay relaxed. Because the natural tendency as you get tired and almost get a little panicked, and you like shrug your shoulders and you sit down and you kind of collapse on yourself almost.
Protect yourself.
Thanks, dude, that was fun.
That was great.
Guys,
Nick Symmonds.
Lots of knowledge in his brain, some knowledge in my brain. I put it all on paper for you. The book's called How to Be a Better Runner. If you DM me the words run faster on Instagram right now, I'll send you a code to get it 50% off. And make sure you check out the Keep Hammering line of apparel by Mr. Cam Hanes. Follow him on Instagram as well.
America track star, Nick Symmonds. If there ever was one, it's this guy right here.
I had it for a while. When are we going bow hunting?
Let's do it.
All right, see you guys next week.